Welcome back to the SSL Family Dad channel. We're out here in the front yard dealing with some wood that got dropped off, what I like to call an early Christmas present. And so I wanted to share with you guys something today that I've talked about in bits and pieces over the years, but where do we get all of our firewood from? Where do we get all of our wood for free? There's several kind of things that I do routinely every year to provide firewood for ourselves. So let me show you what we had dumped off here today, and I'll tell you how we got it. We got to get a lot of this cleared away and put up in the wood pile, the firewood pile, and we'll talk about some of the other ways we get free firewood as well. So this is kind of right at the bottom of our driveway. We've got our main drive that goes up, and then there's this little, what I call farm drive, whatever, homestead drive. It just kind of goes up to our wood pile up at the top of the hill there. It's kind of a flat area where I split wood and process wood and park trailers and things like that. So all of this wood was just dropped off by a tree company. So there's a big pile up there. There's some brush and stuff in here, but it's all oak. I mean, you can see the oak branches there that came with it. This is all oak, and it's super heavy. So it's probably not very seasoned, but it was probably a live tree, or maybe it died this year or something like that, and they wanted it taken down. But this is a ton of firewood. It's a ton of oak firewood. This will split into several face cords, at least, probably four face cords of wood just stacked right here, and this didn't cost me a dime. So kind of one of the unique ways that you can get firewood that I have not had a real huge success with in the past where we used to live is a service or a website called ChipDrop. I've signed up for ChipDrop for years. I did get wood chips delivered to our old house, piles and piles of wood chips, but I actually called that company directly. They never came through the ChipDrop service, but this did. So as soon as we moved into this house, I went to chipdrop.com. You put in your address, you fill out some information about what type of things you're interested in having dropped off, wood chips, wood, or both. And you let them know some instructions on where to drop it. And the other day I got a call from a tree company in the area. They had found me on ChipDrop looking for a place to dump some wood. I said, come on over and dump it wherever you can at the bottom of the drive. And this is what I got. So this is just another resource that you have available as a homesteader for firewood or wood chips. Wood chips is the same kind of thing. You sign up at ChipDrop, tell them you want wood chips, and a tree company in your area will hopefully find you. And they're always looking for places to dump this stuff. And it's a great resource for all kinds of things around the homestead. But firewood is one of the biggest things we need. We need a supply of firewood. We need to get ahead by a year or two, and that's the goal. And so I'll take anything I can get. I want to get as much stacked up here as I can, and then as I have time, we'll process it, stack it, split it, and get it drying out. So generally they dump it in big giant pieces like what's behind me here. So there's 8-foot, 10-foot, 12-foot pieces of wood, whatever they had in their truck. They just dump it here, which I'm fine with. So I'm gonna use the tractor today, get it all moved up to the pile, just get it away from the end of the driveway, and hopefully leave them room to dump some more whenever they get around to it or have some time. Maybe in the spring, when they start cutting a lot more trees down, we'll probably get more. The advantage I have at this house over the old one is the old one was in the middle of nowhere. There wasn't a lot of tree companies even around, and they certainly weren't in the area very often. Here, I'm closer to some civilized areas, some towns and things like that. And so there's a lot more tree companies around, a lot more people getting trees cut down, and a lot more opportunity to get free ChipDrop drops. So check that site out. That's one of the great ways you can get wood. So let's get this wood all moved up to the hill, and then I'll talk to you about some other ways that we've gotten firewood for years and years at no cost. So we got all that added to the pile, and there's quite a bit of wood in here. If you've seen some of my other videos I've done with splitting and cutting up the small stuff and things like that, we use a lot of these what I call sticks, the smaller arm size stuff. Those just get cut up and thrown right in the wood stove, and those things work great to heat. So all this wood that we just brought up here, still have all that wood down there in that pile, a lot of smaller stuff. This got dropped off by a tree company earlier this year. This is a big chunk of black walnut. It was a huge black walnut tree actually that we got dumped off here, and some wood chips. In fact, I think the last two pieces of that black walnut in here are this. I mean, that's a good size trunk, and then that big piece right there. So all this in here is all hardwoods, various species: elm, maple, a lot of oak, some cherry. There might even be a couple ash trees in there. Tons of great wood for burning. So one of the things that has made this kind of stuff really easy is this little hook and chain that I made. Of course, I'm sure you can buy these pre-made or whatever, but basically I just went to Family Farm and Home, TSC, Tractor Supply, places like that, and they've got bulk chain. So I just grabbed a few feet of chain and then a couple of these big heavy-duty hooks. And I had a couple other connectors and other things that I got. I originally got this to move our giant outdoor wood boiler, but this is super handy. It's probably 3 feet long, and I can just use that to, it's kind of like a choke line almost. You throw it around logs, I've towed cars out of the ditch, all that kind of stuff. It's just super handy to have. So that's just something that if you don't have, you can run up to the store and put something like that together. It's very handy. It's a lot easier than the tow strap. Dealing with that thing. Chains are nicer. So where else do we get free wood? Well, there's two ways that we have gotten free wood over the years. So at our old place, we actually had a park nearby that they dumped wood. The city would go and trim the trees along the sides of the roads and all that kind of stuff. They would load up all that wood and wood chips, and they would dump it at a park. And I used to take my trailer and truck up there and load that thing up, and I got tons and tons of free wood. Obviously, disadvantage there is you got to haul it. You got to have a trailer or a pickup truck at least. Definitely a trailer to get the big stuff. But check your local parks. Check any city, municipality. You call DPWs in local towns and things like that, and say, hey, do you guys have wood? Do you guys have a place to dump wood that I could come get? Do you have wood chips? And that's a super great resource for all that stuff. And then the last place is kind of the obvious one, I guess, and that is just by letting people know, neighbors, friends, people at church, whatever it is, let people know that you burn wood, that you like wood. People are constantly trying to, having trees cut down. They have tree companies come to their house, they have a tree cut down. They have to pay extra to haul that wood away. Tell them, hey, just leave it, I'll come get it. So I've kind of built a network. A lot of people know that I burn wood and that we, are interested in wood chips and other things like that. I've got some friends in construction that they're, hey, I'm clearing a lot down the street from you. I'll come dump wood at your house, or you want to come grab this wood? I'm cutting all this wood up. I got to get rid of it. So just by kind of networking with people, letting them know that we need wood, there's no shortage. I have turned down so much wood this year because I just don't have time. I don't have my truck's been broken, trailers problems, all these other things. I've turned down so much wood. It's out there. It's everywhere. So why is this important for all of us? If you're not heating with wood, I would highly recommend it. Number one, get a wood stove in your home. It is a free resource. It does take time and energy, keeps you healthy. Get out there, get some wood, and certainly supplement your heat or heat your home as much as possible. Propane is ridiculously expensive right now. This is 2022, January, and we are paying over $2.50 a gallon for propane. Last year we paid $1.15, I think. It's actually more than doubled. So cost of propane is a huge problem. So with propane being that, and I expect it to go up, I don't see it going down in the near future. Heating with wood has become more and more important for a lot of people, and it is a sustainable way to heat. These trees, grew somewhere. They sucked carbon out of the environment. They provided shade. They provided food for animals and all these other things. They died, or somebody wanted them moved or cut down. The things cut down, it's got to go somewhere. It's either going to lay on the ground somewhere and rot, releasing all the carbon back into the atmosphere, or you're going to burn it, and you're going to provide some heat for your home and save yourself on some fossil fuels. And so it's good for the environment. It's good for, you know, everything. Heating with wood is really optimal. So 3 ways to get free wood. Check ChipDrop, great site. Sign up, get yourself scheduled for some wood chips and wood deliveries to your house. Springtime, there'll be the most prevalent time to get those. That's when the tree companies are really active. Check around local parks, city municipalities, DPWs, city parks, all that kind of stuff. Check for resources there, and network with friends, family, people in your community, and let them know, hey, I'll take your wood. Cut down trees for people. Do people a favor. It works out for everybody. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the quick update here at the on the homestead. Wood burning continues. This is when I do a lot of wood collection and wood processing in the wintertime. It's the best time to do it, in my opinion. The weather's nice. It's not too hot. There's no bugs, no poison ivy. It's a great time to do that. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know any other resources for wood that you'd like to throw in there, share with other people. I'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to hit thumbs up on today's video. Subscribe if this is your first time here. Love to have you tag along for all the fun we have coming up. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. Have a good one.